Doc7 versus Yu-Gi-Oh! Nice Guy. And these guys are playing some interesting decks.
Interestingly, yeah, we're seeing Doc7 on the Grand Manju and Yugioh's Nice Guy on Zombies.
Every time I see Doc7 now, I think boy band.
Yeah, exactly. Bye, bye, bye. It's a bit of NSYNC or something like that. I actually think the Yugioh's Nice Guy, I think that's such an excellent photo.
Yeah, it really
I would
is.
bet that was his passport photo.
Matt, I don't. This is why you don't get allowed in places, because if your passport photo looks like that, I don't think it's the regulation kind of look that you're meant to have on a passport photo.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just I could just think that'd be cool and be like, oh, nice one, bro. But if if you actually want to work in airport security, that might be a problem. I can see that.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just wondering if our players are ready. Yeah, they are ready to go. So let's just head straight over. I must say I'm really looking forward to this match, because these decks are not anything that we expected at all. So let's see what happens. This is going to be pretty crazy. So we can see Doc7 there on the bottom of the screen, and Yu-Gi-Oh's Nice Guy up at the top. Ooh.
Just opening 8 and not 8 versus 9.
Yep. Right, let's see if Yu-Gi-Oh's Nice Guy is going to be drawing some nice cards or not. He might have that zombie world again.
Yeah, let's see how he sets up. Zombie World less impactful in this matchup because his opponent's not really caring what any of his monster types are. Whereas Yu-Gi-Oh! Nice Guy's deck is very equipped to secure that Zombie World, which is usually acting as a giant floodgate for his opponent's cards.
Yeah, in my mind, the way that I'm seeing Zombie World now, I know you're going to correct me if I'm sounding crazy, because I do sometimes sound a bit crazy. But the way that I think Zombie World's going to help here is that these cards like Super Polymerization that he's playing, that are there to remove singular threats that he couldn't remove in any other fashion. I feel like that is going to help a lot in this matchup, because Grenmaju, the deck, is not aimed at having lots of monsters. It's about having a very few big impact monsters with lots of attack points. Do you see where I'm going with it?
Yeah, summon the Manju and you attack. That's I think that's what's happening here, right?
Exactly. So if you're able to deal with that one monster, it's not like dealing with a single Adamancipator monster, because that it would be like dealing with their whole board at once, just being able to deal with that one Grenmaju. So I think he needs to keep that in mind, that those big impactful monster removals that he's going to be able to use in combination with the zombie world, those need to be held for the right time.
Sure, his zombie world definitely has some applications outside of its usual, just making the opponent's life difficult. There's 3 copies in the main deck of DD Crow for Yu-Gi-Oh's Nice Guy, which is absolutely not what you really want to be doing against a Manju player. They don't have any good graveyard to banish targets, and also it makes their Manju bigger. 3 copies of Ghost Mourner and Moonlight Chill, also not great when the Manju deck isn't going to be special summoning tons of cards. There's a lot of difficult cards for Yu-Gi-Oh! Nice Guy for this particular matchup.
Yeah.
But the
so if at this point you would have to call it, who would you say would win?
I'd say Yu-Gi-Oh! Nice Guy's deck is in a worse position to deal with Doc, but he is resolving a Hulky Fibrax.
Yeah.
Which, as we've seen for the rest of the tournament, if it's gone uncontested, it's generally tilted the game very heavily in favor of the Hulky Fibrax player.
Yeah.
I mean, not entirely true, because we did see Farfa being able to successfully resolve it and then getting caught out by a token collector a little bit later down the line.
Yeah. We don't see any Dark Ruler no mores in the main deck for these guys though.
And this is true.
Ooh, that's quite interesting. I've just noticed that Doc 7 is also playing Super Poly.
Yeah, so you fuse your opponent's zombies. Well, the question is, does Doc 7 play Necrosoul? Probably not.
No, he does. He actually
Oh,
does.
yes, he does. He made the meta call goes, somebody's going to be playing zombies.
This is the thing actually. He's playing Super Poly, but he's just playing a bunch of random stuff in his extra deck. He's got
all stuff that he can super play. So he's basically playing all the good super poly targets, right?
Yeah, he's playing Nether Soul. He's playing 2 El Shaddai monsters. He's playing an Invoked monster. He's playing Mud Dragon. He's playing Predaplants. He's playing Salamangreats. He's got the World Chalice Scar Dragon Armaduke in there. He's got Starving Venom Fusion. Just a bunch of really great targets for super polymerization.
Basically, you can cover every situation that can come up again.
That's a really strong meta call, right? I mean, he's covered pretty much everything you can cover with Super Poly.
The cards your opponent cannot respond to are generally overpowered, and making sure that you can use them in every situation is incredibly strong.
Yeah. Exceed Encore, in fact, is one of my favorites of those.
Oh, they kind of just detach the materials and put the monster back in the extra deck.
Yeah.
You played it against, what is it, Lagia and Dolka?
Yep, because you can't respond. You could do it against so many things. It was so good. Even right, honestly, I feel it was really underplayed right up to the end of Zexal, because even like being able to do it in Dragon Ruler format was pretty strong, because people, when you were playing the later versions of it, you were doing a lot more Exceed summoning into stuff that wasn't just Dracosac, and you had like limited, you only had one of each Dragon Ruler, so you could just encore away their like one monster that they were doing, or if you managed to encore away their Big Eye when they were going to take your Big Eye, it was so good. Even in the rank 4 formats though, like Firefist, say as Abyss Megalo, all those kind of Exceed monsters that were just, leave them on the field and they are amazing type cards. So good. The list goes on. Honestly, I could go on forever. The number of cards that Exceed Encore was so good against.
That was a pretty reasonable card back in the day. We're going to see the Baldarok being summoned up. Doom King Baldarok.
Yeah, I was going to mention that actually. I think that's
here's another thing for the zombie world, right? You can negate the activation of effects and banish it. Sorry, I have to remind myself of this card. It's exact effects, but you can negate an effect
and or banish a card whenever a zombie activates.
Now you can use each effect, but you can only use each effect once per turn.
Yeah, once per chain. So you need 2 chains to be able to get both effects off.
Yeah, when a zombie monster, yeah, so.
But you can, for example, if you play a monster effect, you can then banish one of your opponent's cards.
Yeah.
Or if you play a monster effect, you can negate it. Yeah. Assuming Zombie World is on the field.
Yeah, which with the Banshee in the graveyard, even if Doc 7 actually goes ahead and gets rid of the Zombie World, the Banshee will immediately replace it in his opponent's turn. And that will make the Baldarok live. And also, you're acting a Zombie's monster effect. So if you do destroy the Zombie World and you attempt to then commit a Grand Banshee into play, you banish the Banshee, activating a zombie monster effect, clearing the Manju, and also re-establishing the Zombie World, and then that gives you your negation option still available.
Yeah, so this is the kind of stuff I was talking about with Zombie World and Baldarok. Oh, that's big.
Yeah, Super Poly, as we were talking about, cards that you can't interact with are pretty good. Pretty good Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, I was just going to go and start talking about how, singular monster impact for Doc 7, but...
It was such a strong card. He's here throwing out Pot Desires. That probably telegraphs that he has a second Pot Desires.
Yeah,
and he would slam down Super Poly before...
Or Extravagance, right?
Well, Extravagance got to be the first card you play in a turn, so he does. It also telegraphs that he doesn't have Extravagance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit different for us because we know the deck lists, but if you'd figured it out, you could then start figuring out the ranges in your opponent's hand.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's a fair start to a turn, right? Super Poly your opponent's
Yeah,
stuff.
just take away your opponent's main negator, and also we got a Cosmic Cyclone.
That deals with the zombie world.
Yeah, but that's a way lower priority because you could just use the Banshee in the graveyard to activate another one, and then the Balrog will come back in the standby phase.
Yeah. I'm thinking to myself now, is it worth... Yeah, he is going to go ahead and do it, but I'm just thinking, is it worth doing the Cosmic Cyclone? No, sorry, my brain's going crazy. Is it worth keeping the Banshee until later to then ensure that Balrog is summoned? But I've just been told that Super Poly was in the standby phase.
That was a mistake. Slapping that down straight in the standby phase now lets him get back the Balrog in the same turn, all in the standby phase. That's a huge mistake. Why would you? The Cosmic Cyclone is just so random when you know your opponent has a Banshee. It's just like, why bother committing it to that?
Yeah,
that was dicey. I mean, he's still got a monster that's able to beat up the Balrog, but he just literally let his opponent off the hook of a what would have been a backbreaking super polymerization.
Yeah, and yeah, you were right. That was a good read. He's got another Desires.
Yeah, it would have been really weird to throw out a pot of Desires if you didn't have a second one.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a bit strange. Oh! I mean, I wouldn't say that's super rough, but it's a bit rough during... It's an Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom on the Desires.
That's 4 of his 6 cards being dealt with at this point, because obviously he's used a Super Poly, discarded a card. He's now lost his Pot Desires, that's his 3rd card. And he's used a Cosmic Cyclone, so that's 4. So he's only got 2 cards left to work with.
Yeah, also this Nether Soul is getting banished from Balrog.
Oh, because he's activated a zombie monster, the Ash Blossom.
He did
so
indeed.
So then he gets to loot his opponent's Draco. Oh, this standby phase super polarization gets so hard punished.
Yeah.
I honestly, the reason I didn't pick up on that being happening in the standby phase is because it seemed madness to do it.
Yeah, I didn't want to go in too hard, but agreed. That is complete madness to want to do it in the standby phase. The only possible thing I can imagine, I can't even imagine something. I mean, it's an open game state when you enter main phase. So why would you choose to do it? I don't know.
I'd read more along the line, since my opponent doesn't have an easy spell negate right there, to probably fire off my Pot Desires first to see what extra cards I get to discard for my super polymerization before committing it.
Yeah.
It just seems very... It's not even weird, it's just hyper questionable that... Okay, Crackdown. Crackdown's being used to then take control of an opponent's monster, the Balrog. Its effects are negated. So his last 2 cards were 2 trap cards.
And that can be only 1, I think.
Yes. So you can only control 1 monster of each type. And he's got Zombie World in play, so he's got to send one of his monsters to the graveyard.
That's actually really good against Zombie World.
But now he controls a Balrog that is a zombie monster, and that stops Doc from being able to play any more monsters.
Yeah. But I must say, I would rather...
Putting the brakes on the game after the bit of the oopsie that kind of happened just there, so he can re-establish himself some card presence.
Yeah.
And what can you send with Unizombie? Anything that would get rid of that?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he's got a target. No, unless there's something I'm missing. But
no, it's just
no target for Unizombie.
Chucking the Banshee in the graveyard so we can re-establish the.
The closest would be Shiranui Smith.
Destroy a spell or trap when it's sent to the graveyard, right?
When it's banished.
When it's banished, okay. There is 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone in the Yugioh Night Sky's deck, so he does have a way of removing this. There can be only 1.
This is super interesting. I mean, both these guys were able to play quite swiftly through their deck, but suddenly I feel like this turned into a tortoise race.
Yeah, there could be only one now, effectively locking both players down.
It's an interesting combo, that isn't it? With there can be only one and Zombie World.
Yeah, it's like a Mystic Mine with some extra steps.
Yeah. Oh, good old Mystic Mine.
I don't want to give too much credit to that card because I'm pretty sure the chat will explode.
I mean, suddenly the speculation that we can do on plays here becomes quite minimal because there's not a lot that can happen. There can be only one is limiting it so that the players can only control one of each type of monster, and right now all monsters are becoming zombies, so they can only basically control one monster. That's the deal that's happening right now.
Okay, so an interesting way that you could set this up, right, is you could set monsters. So you could potentially tribute summon a second Balderok to start progressing this game state, right?
Yeah.
Because your opponent can't crack down you again if they've got there could be only one, right?
Yes, correct. I must admit though, Matt, that's like a 3-turn plan to be able to set enough monsters and.
Hey, back in the day, waiting 3 turns to tribute your slime tokens for Slife of the Sky Dragon was a play. It wasn't a great play, but it was a play.
Yeah.
You had to set the Slifer as well, right?
Something interesting, by the way. Right now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Nice Guy's got more life points.
Yeah, if the game goes on for an extra 10 minutes, that's that Cosmic Cyclone. It's just so questionable. Doc's opening play. He's managing to recover quite nicely here. Well, managing to slow the game down to sort of recover from his earlier blunder. But yeah, there's Yugioh Nice Guy can essentially perform a tribute summon, get his next Balderok up online, and then set it up so you can continue playing. But then even then, if you actually remove your opponent's Balderok, your opponent can flip another crackdown and you're back to square one.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to you really want to get yourself your Cosmic Cyclone so you can get rid of there could be only one.
It's really interesting, isn't it, that you're in a situation. My brain's actually hurting thinking about this. You're in a situation where if you clear your opponent's board, if you clear your opponent's lock too quickly, then it will allow them to lock you up again. Whereas if you have a follow-up plan to it, you got to really time it, right?
You've got to play it really slow. You've got to think a couple of steps ahead here. Like I'm going to do this. My opponent is aware of that. So what am I going to do for the step after step 2?
Yeah.
So what is step 3?
Yeah. It's just super interesting. This is the love of Yu-Gi-Oh! I love this. Just the flexibility of cards and the situations that you end up getting in. It's amazing. I mean, right now I'm sure people at home are seeing, they're thinking, it's floodgates and people are stuck and you can't, no one can do super crazy combos. But sure, these guys have got to really think about it. They've got to really think about how they're going to get out of this situation. I mean, yeah, Doc 7's got to think about it more because he's the one with less life points.
The clock is ticking.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you duel against a videotape.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to be seeing Gold Sarcophagus is going to be banishing Necroface from the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Doc 7's does play DD Dynamite if this game does go to time.
Uh-huh.
And there's been quite a few zombie cards already banished just from doing zombie things. And Necroface is going to push out another 5 cards and potentially could get rid of copies of Cosmic Cyclone, reducing Yugioh Nice Guy. So one of 2 things could happen, right? You see no Cosmic Cyclones, and you get your opponent closer to the Cosmic Cyclones, or you take one out and then suddenly make Yugioh Nice Guy's life much harder trying to get through your lock.
He hit one.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, just one.
All right.
But still, that is one of how many copies? 2. That's one of 2 copies. So now he's looking for a 1 in what at 15 or 20 cards what he's got left.
Yeah.
And we think that, so he could have a second Crackdown, or DD Dynamite's just probably game at this point, etc., etc., right?
That's going to hit pretty hard, right? You reckon about 1 in 20.
Yeah, he's got like a 5% chance to draw that 1 in 20 at this point.
Yeah, 5% chance. 5% chance of actually drawing a Cosmic Cyclone straight blind out of the deck. That's rough.
Yeah. But as we say, this is assuming that Doc 7 has got some way of doing this 1000 damage.
Well, I haven't seen what Doc's banished with his Pot of Desires from earlier.
Exactly.
DD Dynamite's the obvious one. I think that's all he can really do at this point, right? Because he's not going to be able to remove his own Crackdown to give his opponent back his Balderrock.
He is playing 2 Compulse. He's playing 2 Twin Twisters. This is all on Doc 7, by the way. He's also playing 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, so he could Cosmic Cyclone his own cards to be able to then follow up with a more amazing play or something. Yeah, I'm just kind of shocked. Okay, he summons Freuline, I think her name is.
Oh, this basically makes all of your zombie monsters Injection Fairy Lily. But it's also... That'd be a really weird play. I'm not sure...
Oh, actually, yeah, he can't tribute summon her. He has to tribute set her if he wants to do that.
Sure. We're gonna... Doc 7 is going to do nothing until he gets DD Dynamite. I think that's his win condition.
Actually, can he tribute summon her? Because he's tributing...
a zombie to put another zombie down. I don't think he can.
No, I guess you can't. But
I do hate these kinds of cards, Rivalry of Warlords and all of that nonsense.
Oh no, it's good. It's good. This is... I mean, he's walling up at this point. I think Yu-Gi-Oh's Nice Guy realizes that he's kind of got a hub, but at the same time...
He's playing into Desserts.
He's playing into Just Desserts.
Yeah, Necrophase, yeah. You're not normal summoning that because that counters your entire own direction. But he could play... Doc 7 could play Allure of Darkness and then kick out the Necrophase and take another 5 cards.
Yeah.
We can probably assume that he already has the DD Dynamite based on that. I think he asked his opponent at one point in this game how many banished cards they have, or that might have been the previous game I saw for Doc 7s.
Oh, I'm getting itchy, Matt. This is we're getting close to time here, and I mean, I'll be honest. Time is usually one of those fairly kind of controversial things about the players not having enough turns. Blah blah blah. Both these guys have had about 5 turns each, so if it was going to happen, it was going to happen, right? This is... Oh, I'm just so excited because I don't know what the face downs are. Usually we would be spoiled by having the app to know what cards there are, but I'm so intrigued as to what these face downs are. If one of them is DD Dynamite, then it's an actual blowout, right? He's gonna just inflict a bunch of damage. Yeah, that's gonna be it. It's gonna be a cool way to go. Oh, I'm on the edge of my seat here. 2.5 minutes left for these guys to, well, for Doc 7 at least to try and say bye to some of Yu-Gi-Oh! Nice Guy's life points. I mean, he's seeing a lot of cards from the top of his deck, so...
You wouldn't be able to summon the Necrophase anyway, but I just thinking in general uses of that card.
Okay, whoa. There's movement. There is movement. He is playing...
Twin Twisters.
The Twin Twisters.
Gizmak, Orchi.
Oof. Called by the Grave.
Yeah, you can just chain that and take out the Gizmak. That's fine. He does. He has drawn a DD Dynamite. I just saw it in Doc Seven's hand.
Did you? I was going to say because he only destroyed one card with 2 Twisters, so like he would have destroyed the like a merely one, right? If he. I think this is it. Matt, what year is this? We're going to see a game won by DD Dynamite in 2020. What is this? Oh my. Oh my, oh my.
Yeah, DD Dynamite is a pretty good card. When you have Burn and Edit Batch Procedure is showing up, it's a pretty good place to be. Gagaga Cowboy also being a old school favorite for that.
Yeah, and I think this is the thing, right? He can at any point just flip it up.
Yeah, he's going to wait till the last possible minute. Not that he needs to, because there's no way.
I'd hurry up if I was if I was him. I'd hurry up and play.
Yeah, you've got to make your moves in a timely fashion, and you've got to. The judge has to keep an eye on this to make sure everything is above the table. Like knowing that, I mean, that's a difficult position to be in as a player, right? Where you know you evaluate that you're not going to win in this head-to-head, so you're going to have to try and. Your win condition depends on the clock running out, but you're not allowed to play as if the clock running out is your win condition, which is a very awkward position to be in.
Yeah. Did he just play DD Crow?
Yeah, DD Crow. That's fine.
So that's time, but of course, the end of the phase.
Yeah, and as soon as you go, Nice Guy tries to end the phase, Doc Sevens will flip up D Dynamite and do 300 damage for each banish card.
Yeah, of course, we don't know if there's any time extensions, so we're probably very close. But there it is. There is the DD Dynamite, and I don't think Yugioh's Nice Guy's got a barrel behind the door. That is.
If I was Yugioh's Nice Guy, I'd probably not be such a nice guy after this.
No. I wouldn't either.
I'd be raging.
Yeah,
about that.
I would be properly raging.
How do you do the Invitational? Dude,
because right now he's probably thinking to himself, "I just waited the past 4 turns and only set monsters." Because he could have set Freulein
9, 10. That's 3,000.
Yeah, I mean,
3,600.
I mean, for sure, it's more than 1,000.
It's it just always happens.
Just the one Necroface.
Necroface is just such a weird old card.
Yeah, I love it. I love Necroface. So yeah, 3,600 damage. Done in whatever phase we are in right now.
Yeah, and the zombie world ends up working against Miss Yugioh's Nice Guy. Yeah, that's couldn't do anything. No opportunity to gain life points. Yeah, DD Dynamite gets the job done.
Yeah.
Doc Sevens will be advancing onto the top 4, where he's going to be playing best of 3 with his deck, which would be really interesting.
Yeah, I'm a bit shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit shocked. What year are we in right now? Crackdown. DD Dynamite. What?
You know what? Someday it works.
Yeah, that is just phenomenal. Oh my.
Yeah, if I was a nice guy, I'd probably have to go walk around outside for a little bit just to calm down from that one. But it is what it is, and we're going to be seeing Doc Sevens going on to the top 4.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's going to be facing Yugioh in the top 4. I think. If we take a look at our bracket, we'll be able to see that. And our next matchup is going to be Vault versus Volcanos, which again we will be able to see on the bracket coming up very soon. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Vault versus Volcanos. So that's Eldritch versus Salamangreat.
Eldritch versus Salamangreat. That should favor the Eldritch player, but then I said that last time, and Salaman Grey just went all in and did not get punished by Nibiru, which I think we. No, it was Julia that's playing the Adamantipated deck that's not playing Nibiru, but this Eldritch deck is playing Nibiru.
Yeah, but Yugioh is the one who is main decking the Dark Lunar Mars.
Yeah. So you can actually still play through these fields.